We ready?
We are ready. That's just so he get it synced. All right, y'all. We are here with the new year and a new season of the Ava Davis Show, and we are going to review Fleishman is in Trouble.
Toby Fleishman awoke one morning inside the city he'd lived in all his adult life. Many thoughts had crossed Toby's mind in the hours since he was informed that his ex-wife dropped the kids off a full day earlier than expected.
Which is a series on Hulu that we watched over the New Year's break. And with that, what did you think about it, baby?
We watched how it came about that we even knew about it. I was scanning through TikTok and I seen a clip of the actor that plays Toby, the doctor.
Jesse Eisenberg.
And he was on the Jimmy Fallon Show.
My front, you all know what, everybody knows what the difference is. Yeah, sure. And so, but my back, and I'm not a very comfortable person naked, you know? No, I mean, I would shower in a bathing suit if it meant, if it wasn't unsanitary.
Yeah. And he was talking about a scene in a series that he had done, Fleischman's in Trouble, where he was very uncomfortable showing his booty, his backside naked, and how he's just uncomfortable in general. And he turned it into like a little comedy skit where that he's the kind of guy, he'd take a shower in a bathing suit, if it wasn't unsanitary, and how uncomfortable he felt. But he has this quirky little anxiety, angst kind of nervousness about him.
Yeah, if you saw The Social Network, he was in that, and he's been in other things too. Now You See Me.
Yeah, and I thought he was just adorable.
Absolutely adorable.
So I told Ava, we was laying in bed, and we trying to find the little clip of it on YouTube, and I'd like to watch the series, thinking, because he's kind of a comedy, kind of funny guy on the show, that it would be kind of a series of awkwardness and funniness. And then we watched the first episode. Each episode's about an hour 3, hour 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
And we watched the first episode, and we just hit pause because I'm like, I don't know, because it was going to be, it's about a couple that lives in Manhattan who's going into a divorce.
Yeah.
And they have 2 small children, 7 or 8 year old children.
Jesse Eisenberg plays Toby. Claire Danes plays Rachel.
Claire Danes, I'm telling you, she should be nominated for whatever kind of award there is for her role in this. It's gut-wrenching to watch her.
There's an episode where they went into it and it left me sobbing at the tenderness of the moment, at the rawness of the moment. Like it was a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah, we're doing TikTok Live as we do this, although we're recording this. So anyhow, after we watched the first episode, for maybe 2 days later, we watched another episode. The first 2 episodes makes you think, I don't know if I want to even watch this. What is this?
What am I watching?
Because this is not giving nothing away about the series. There's 8 episodes in the program.
Yeah.
And so it's about 8 or 9 hours of TV.
Based on a book.
And
the writer helped.
That only came out in 2019, so it's a real recent book.
It's a real recent book, and the writer of the book helped to create the TV show, which I think added to just kind of the beauty of the writing of the show.
Yes. And
made it very realistic. There were so many tender moments, and you could just see the amazing writing.
It's, for me, it's one of the best written series I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
It's so, every word, it's just so well written. And it's almost like reading a real good book that you just turn the pages and it gets better and better and better. Of course, I mean, I went into it not knowing what it was, so I was thinking, he's funny, he's cute, it's going to show his little booty naked, and he's going to be awkward, and then, I mean, right off the bat, it's very real and raw about people and how they view themselves and the other person they're living with
in a marriage,
and how that life is very complex and complicated.
Yeah.
Life is very complicated, and But he's so good in this. Oh my God, he's so good. There's 3 people that carry the whole show, and that's him, his wife, and a girl that's his best friend that they grew up together in Israel, and they follow each other's lives. And
she serves as the narrator of the series.
And she narrates the whole series and walks you through it. I'm telling you, Fleishman in Trouble, it is a really, really deeply rich series. It's one of those things that's not nowhere near as dark and brutal as August Osage County, but in a weird way,
it is.
It leaves you taking a deep breath, and it leaves you kind of almost depleted.
I had trouble sleeping last night. Like, we watched the final episode.
It leaves you depleted.
It's like a lot to process.
And without giving a whole lot away, it kind of throws you a curveball, because you go through the first 4 or 5 episodes, and Toby, this is the storyline. You can read this. Not only is going through divorce, his wife, they're separated. He's got an apartment. His wife drops his 2 kids off to him.
Yeah.
For the weekend. She never comes back.
This is the premise of the show.
This is the premise of the show. And that ain't giving it away. I didn't know this when I thought it was going to be, oh, he's going to be awkward showing his butt. And he's funny. He's really funny. He's not funny in this. There's no comedy in this. His wife drops the 2 kids off for the weekend. She never comes back. And then the story starts to be told and unraveled why she never came back.
Yeah.
And it starts to really just, these 2 little kids are caught in the middle of this. It's not the fairy tale marriage happy ending where everybody's riding in a station wagon going off to Vermont for the weekend. These 2 little kids are dealing with the fact their mother has abandoned them. The dad has a high pressure job.
He's a doctor.
As a doctor in a hospital in Manhattan, and he's under all this pressure, and there's patients dying, and there's stuff he's dealing with, and he's got 2 kids that wonders where mama's at. It is so well written, so good. Fleischman's in Trouble, and I was telling Ava. Am I talking too much?
No, you're fine.
I was telling Abel, I think the thing that probably is so powerful and resonates so much with each one of us is we've all been in those places where we feel like, man, I'm kind of in trouble here. We're going through a divorce. We've lived with somebody and we're wondering, who is this person? I thought this was the true love. We're leaving. We got fired on a job. We're dealing with stuff. And I think the thing about this series that really struck a chord with me was that you go through the first 4 or 5 episodes and your heart just really
breaks.
is bent for Toby, who's the main person in the whole series, the doctor that's been left with the 2 kids. And you're like, oh my God, he's such a good dad. Oh my God, he's such a good person. Oh my God, he's such a wonderful guy. Look how brave he is. Look how he holds up. And then slowly, you just start to have a doubt or a seed about,
Well, he starts examining the role that he played, which I think is important for anyone in a relationship going through a breakup, where you start examining, how did I contribute to this?
What? Yeah, he starts to probe about, how did I wind up in this place? What did I do to be at this place? And then slowly, but little by little, you start to have this thought where you think, oh, maybe he's not as nice as I think he is.
Yeah.
And within all of us, I think the series really pushes home the point, within all of us resides good and evil.
Yeah.
The best and the worst. All of us carry all that with us, And
because one thing that Toby starts examining was I just not seeing what was in front of me? Like, he keeps asking himself that.
Yeah, and the Claire Danes part that we're just not even going to go into,
She deserves to win awards for it, though.
It really is just heart-wrenching to see her the role she plays in this. Just it's like fingernails on a chalkboard, but the chalkboard's your heart, or she just rips and bruises your heart to watch her go through this.
There was a scene that I had to walk out of the room. It got to me so emotionally that I just felt myself overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's such a good series, y'all. The only other thing I'll say there's all kind of spiritual little nuggets or insights for those of us that kind of watch series like this and think about that. And one of the patients has liver cancer, and her husband demands him, "Where did this come from? Where did this come from? Where did this come from?" And Dr. Fleishman, he has this belief where he says, it was always with her. It's been with her whole life. It just reached a point where it needed to make itself known. Yeah. And the way he describes it, all these complexities of life, they don't come out of nowhere. The bad marriage, the cancer, the thing that befell us, they just don't fly up on a Tuesday and present themselves. It's kind of like we carry all those things with us. When will it be the time for us to deal with it? Yeah. When it makes itself known to us. So it's deeply on other kind of, like almost spiritual levels too. Yeah. So anyway, that's basically Fleischman's in Trouble.
On Hulu.
On Hulu. An 8-episode series, about an hour per episode. Yeah. Brilliant.
Absolutely amazing.
This series is brilliant.
Don't just watch through it. Let each episode breathe.
Yeah, this series is brilliantly acted, brilliantly written.
Yeah, and brilliantly directed.
Oh my God, this series is the real deal, y'all. Yeah, it's the last 3 or 4 episodes of the series just leaves you like you're on a cliff of a building hanging by your fingernails. You're like, oh my God, yeah. How is this going to turn out? How is this going to turn out?
Fleishman is in Trouble on Hulu. All right, and
that's all I got to say.
That's all we
got. Good evening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Watch more TV.
Yes. All right. I don't know what we're going to review next, but you'll hear it from us. All right.
All right.
Until next time.
All right. Bye-bye.